Okay, so hello everybody. I'm Fishchikin, and today I'm interviewing Olivia. And yeah. So first question: what do you think of Donald Truck?
Good old Donald Trump.
Donald Truck. It's a mixture between Donald Duck and Donald Trump.
Oh, well, Donald Duck is okay. I feel he's pretty chill, but Mr. Trump, I'm not a huge fan of.
So what if you combine the two? What would you think then?
Would they still be the president, or would they just be a cartoon? That's the question.
What if Donald Duck was the president?
I feel like we'd be in better shape than we are now.
Maybe.
But
well, see,
that's the real question.
It's not like he's the president of Canada.
No, but I think it affects us a little bit. It affects
degree.
us to a degree. It's like we see the same media, we see the same shit as stuff. I don't know if I can swear, but stuff on like our social media is America, so it's in our face too.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, I guess Donald Duck, A-okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Trump, nah.
Okay. What's the coolest superhero?
Oh no. I'm just gonna be basic and say Catwoman. Because I like her and
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
her.
that much about, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about superheroes
Yeah,
and
neither do I.
shenanigans. I don't believe that. I think you know, well, you definitely know more than me. But
I probably
just
don't.
remember
really
as a child, I
like Spider-Man.
used to dress up as Catwoman, and my cousin would dress up as Batman, and we'd kick the shit out of each other on a trampoline. So that's why I like Catwoman, I guess, because it's the only one I really know.
Because you beat the shit out of your cousin?
No, I just don't know much about the other ones, I guess.
Okay.
But I do like The Dark Knight. That was like everyone says that movie, but it is a good film. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it is. Even though it's cliched, everyone is like, oh, that's the best one. It is a good film, so.
I've never seen it.
You never seen it?
No.
The one with, like, what's his face? The
Yeah.
guy that died
No,
is the
I've never
Joker.
seen What's His Face.
Really? No, the one that...
I love What's in Face. And
you know who I mean, though. The
No.
guy...
Doesn't
Oh
matter.
my god, what's his name? You know... Like, frick off.
Whatever.
Isn't Brokeback Mountain?
I don't care.
Okay.
I haven't seen that either.
Okay.
What do you think of Optimus Prime?
Not huge fan of those films. Shia LaBeouf is LaBeouf. Not a huge fan.
That's fair.
So I think he honestly ruins those movies for me. If there was someone else, I think I'd like it. But I really dislike him as an actor. So I'm not a huge fan.
Fuck Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. What other good movie has he ever been in? Really, name one.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, what race is the most swift?
I could take this. There's too many ways to take that. What do you... Can you put that in a...
Racial.
What race is most what?
Swift.
Swift.
Yeah.
As in, like, running quickly?
Swift. It's up to you.
I'm taking that question as what race is the most swift, so I'm taking that as what race is the most fast.
Okay.
And, whatever, that guy that Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. So
Yeah.
black people are the most swift?
Oh god. Because I'm taking it as that,
Okay.
as racing, as running, but then that sounds bad if I mean like...
No, it's a compliment.
That is in the Olympics, in that thing,
Okay.
in running, that's where that stands. But then you could take it as swift as in like tech, as in the tech race, so then China would be the swiftest in that shenanigans.
Maybe. I think Japan would be better.
Well,
technically.
you see, I'm not a
Yeah.
big buff on that either, but I'm
Okay.
just saying. But that's a hard question, because there's so many ways to take that.
Yeah.
Trickster.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh God. I'm not that interesting in the slightest. Recently, I just smoke a lot of weed and watch a lot of movies, and that's as interesting as I get. I do really like films, though. All my tattoos are all movies, and all my favorite movies. I have a big portrait of John Waters' ugly face on my leg, and that's how much I love film. So yeah, I just kind of watch movies and smoke weed and be lazy, and that's it right now. But that's what I need right now, so I'm fine with it.
Who's faster, me or you?
Ooh, I was in track, and I was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Back in my high school days.
You think do you really think you're faster than me?
I do. I placed at provincials and shit in track.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Fucking racy sometimes. Tell me the look you're going for.
Oh my God, you sound like my therapist right now. My therapist has a vendetta against the way I dress.
Really?
Every time I come in, she's like, "Oh, so what costume do we have on today?" And she said, if you wear a lot of rings, which I do. She says it's because you're a very insecure person and you're trying to get people to pay attention to your things instead of you. And I don't believe that. I don't think that's true.
I don't know.
But yeah, she hates what I go for. But I don't know. I don't really go for anything. This is all just like Louis from Louis. I don't like spending a lot of money on clothes at all. Like, I will not spend over $10 on anything. So it's kind of just a combination of me like being cheap and having no money, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't want to say like, oh my God, I don't shop at like, brand name stores, because that makes me sound like a fucking idiot. But I don't know. I just cheap, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Can I have $20?
Oh, I just spent it on weed. You
watch
watched me spend my last $34.
Damn. Can I have $14 then?
Like I said, I let you watch. I have I have 70 cents right now.
Oh, okay. Can I have it?
You can have some, yes, for sure.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna spend 70 cents on much.
Okay. If you had a time machine, what would you do with it?
I had a time machine. What would I do with it? For personal reasons, I just are good for me, or for like a worldwide reason,
Well,
like say some pageant shit, like save the like world peace, or something that's just like personal and selfish to me.
Personal and selfish.
Okay, I would. What would I do? I think I would just go back to like I really like the 20s. I think that was a lovely era for fashion and just for women and clothes, and just how lovely the flappers looked and all that shenanigans.
Love the flappers.
Well, it's a very cool time for style, and I think also just I don't know, it was just a different time, and men and women, it was just lovely and romantic and great, and I would love to go back to that time period for my own selfish reasons. I think it would be fun.
Nice.
What about you? Where would you go? What would you do?
I'd probably go back to myself and my 10-year-old self and tell myself not to play any video games.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think of how many
A lot of time that you've spent
thousands
on it?
of hours I've spent playing video games. If I spent that doing literally anything else, I'd be probably really good at whatever other thing I did. Like
That
really
is true, but I mean, I think, even though, I mean, you know, like, we're not by any means the best of friends, we don't know each other that well, but from what I can tell, and from what a lot of people say about you, you're a very nice person, and it turned out pretty good, so I don't know, whatever video games did, like, they must have done something, because no one really says anything shitty about you.
That's true.
So, in a way, that they probably did, you just kind of keep to yourself, that's good.
Yeah, I guess. Tell me what your goal is.
My goal? Well, if I'm being honest, right now, is to just, stay sober and stay clean besides smoking weed, and, just stick to that, because it's, been a really nice 3 months, and, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being back in a good headspace, and not, being a stupid, selfish, drug-doing piece of shit. So, that's my goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Me too.
How do I talk to cute girls?
I think, this is a thing for me too, because I also enjoy women and men and all sorts of anything.
Great.
But now that I'm sober, I've realized that I really relied on whatever I was taking to help me in like social situations and meeting people and dates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I don't have that, I have no idea how to flirt or speak to anyone that I think is mildly attractive. So I don't know if I have much hope. I think just be funny and be nice. That's
maybe.
Yeah, not. I don't know. I can't say much on it because I'm very bad at it as well. So.
Is your fridge running?
It is.
So there you go. Catch it.
I think I should.
What do you think? What do you think poop tastes like?
Oh no.
Have you ever tasted poop?
No, I haven't.
Do you think it tastes bad?
I imagine it probably just tastes as what you ate that day, right?
I don't think so. Because it's
Look,
like it's all the flavor stuck there.
Oh. Have you tasted poop?
No.
Do you want to taste poop?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
No, I can't imagine it's a delicacy by any means, but to anyone, whatever your prerogative is, I'm not kink shaming, do your thing. It's not for me.
Not for me either. What inspires you?
What inspires me? This is gonna sound so dumb, but right now at this moment, I have been ever since I started watching John Waters films. There's his one person that's in all of his movies, and his name is Divine. He was a drag queen, very inspiring drag queen. So I've been watching a lot of things with drag queens, and there's this one drag queen, and she was a very, very big meth addict, and she has a very similar outlook on life as me, kind of, and she was a drug addict and had very mental illnesses, and she talks about it very openly, and honestly right now, she's kind of who I look up to because she's clean, and actually just recently got into rehab, and it's turning her life around, and I think that's really, really great, and I think she's kind of who I look up to, or he, whatever.
What's their name? Divine?
No, that was just where I was started looking into drag queens. But this particular drag queen, her name is Katya Zemelyukova. She's she's actually not Russian, but she says that's just her name. But no, she's actually really great, and he or whatever goes on these very philosophical, funny rants about just life and how strange it is, and just. He's really great, and just the whole drug thing is pretty cool too. So that's who probably right now.
Yeah, drugs are cool.
Yeah, drugs are great. Do them. Just do it once and see if you like it.
Mm-hmm. Every time, except for this time, every time I've been in your car, you've been playing really good music. What?
Thank you.
What have you been listening to recently?
Well, that's really nice because, yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Recently, actually recently, accidentally, um, I still use iTunes, judge me, but I do. And I accidentally spent like $500 the other day on iTunes. So, I've been listening to a lot of new stuff. But no, I've been listening to, it's weird, I've been listening to a lot of stuff that I listened to in high school. I looked at my old, because I used to listen to a lot of stuff in high school, and then I got really sick of it because I listened to it so much, deleted it all off my phone. But then I restored an old computer and like saw the list of my old music, and I was like, oh shit, I think I'm gonna like try look back and like buy the new albums. So I'm like, I went back and bought like Animal Collective's new album. I bought like even like Death Cab's new album, which was good, and I bought Cult. Their new album was really good. Went back to listening to some Beach House, and who else did I buy recently? Who was it?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, unfortunately, someone I know, he who shall not be named, put me on to Father John Misty, which is actually great, and Sturgill Simpson. And I hate to admit that they're good because not a fan of the man right now, but the music, it's really good. So actually, yeah, like Sturgill's been really good, listening to him lately. And, yeah, I can't really think of anything else at the moment.
That's pretty good.
Whenever I listen to in high school, I've been listening to a lot of, but...
You're the reason I have Bad, Not Good on my phone.
Oh, good! I love them! As a young lass, at the ripe age of 14, went to Evolve for the first, no, I think I was 15, grade 10. How old are you in grade 10? 15, 16? Whatever.
Something like that.
Went to Evolve, that lovely music festival, and there was this band that played, and they were called Bad, Not Good, and they were playing only jazz, just jazz music at Evolve. They only played the first year of Evolve that I went, because after that, they got really big, because at Evolve, they were playing, they were a jazz band. They were a jazz band that had all the jazz ensemble, but they played, like on their whatever thingy, they played, music of, help me, the rappers. What was his name? What was the band? Help me!
It doesn't matter.
Well, they played over rap music. They're jazz music, and they played over rap music, and I was, oh my god. You know who I mean, because that album...
I don't.
Okay.
Probably not. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Well, anyways, they played over rap music, and then the rap music they were playing over, the guy heard them and was like, this shit fucking rocks, and then made an album with them where he rapped and they did the music behind them, and then they got really big, and then they never came back to Evolve again, obviously, because they got very big after that album they made, and I'm really glad you listened to it, because they are a great, great band.
What books have you been reading recently?
Oh, good. The man who wrote Fight Club, Chuck, I cannot say his last name. Palahniuk. I don't know how to say his last name. I suck at pronouncing it. But the man who wrote Fight Club, he's my favorite author, and he writes fantastically disturbing, disgusting, filthy, beautiful literature. And I've been reading a book by him called Choke, and it is about a guy who goes to restaurants and pretends that he's choking on food and lets people save him, and that's his fetish. And it just follows him in his life of getting pleasured by this strange fetish of his, and it's fantastic, like every other book he's written, and I highly suggest that you read anything by him, because he is just disgusting and wonderful.
I love disgusting things.
And he wrote a book of short stories, and you should check them out. They're the best. It's the best thing I've ever read in my life. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just a book of short stories by the guy who wrote Fight Club, and it is just the most fucked up shit you'll ever read, but it's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah. Go read it.
Maybe. In your own words, define pedophilia.
Oh god, awful. Like the most heinous thing ever. The most god awful thing I think that you could do to someone besides like murdering them. But there are tricky things nowadays where there are like I don't know, like when people are like 21 or whatever, and then they're getting with people who are like 15, and then that's pedophilia. But it happens, and I've seen it happen, and it's a really weird thing. Like, because when I went to SCA, that high school was grades 7 to 12. So like I was watching grade 7s who were 12 years old being with people that were in grade 12, and that's what, 18, 19, and like. So there's that, and that's weird, and that's fucked up, and like, so I've seen that happen, and I think people don't talk about that pedophilia much. They usually just talk about like, you know, like really young kids and stuff. Yeah. But that's bad. That's grooming. That's fucked up too. Like, even if you're both, you know, teenagers or whatever, 13 and 19. Think of yourself when you were 13. Think of yourself when you're 19, man. Like, the difference that you are and like mindset and like idea of sex and stuff is so different. So like I think people need to talk about that more and I also know like like personally people that's happened to them being young and someone taking advantage of them and like not realizing at the time that they got taken advantage of, and then that coming up years later and them being like fuck, that sucked and shouldn't have happened. And I really think that people need to talk about that more, because we don't talk about it as much.
That's true.
So that's my opinion on that.
Okay.
Sorry if it was long-winded, but
that's okay.
That's like most of my answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last question.
Okay.
If you liked the interview, leave a like. If you have something to say, leave a comment. See you later.